Episode 47. I've had Simon standing out here for a long time, in between episodes while I did other things. And a lot of time has passed because of it. It's fine though, it's already pretty much going to be over for today, right? So it's fine if it's already late in the day. I could have had the game pause so that I could pause the passage of time, but guess I ended up letting a few in-game hours pass or something. But while I was positioning myself to begin this episode, I recognized there was a feature here that I never realized was there before. What does this do? Who knows? We made a wish, I guess. We can only make one wish, I guess. Well, I did it. Anyway, the thing that we wanted to check out immediately, what I was on my way to do at the end of the last episode, which I probably should have tacked on to the end of the last episode. I might regret that if today ends up being really short. The remainder of today, if it ends up being really short. The thing that I wanted to check out was if that name on the passport works as a login here. I'm not sure what other salient information would come from that passport, but we got a name that we never knew before, even though Simon might have known her name, his mom saying. What was it again? Where's my photo? Her name was Samantha Hayes. And they said that the login shouldn't even be like the ones that they created for temporary admins or whatever during that one period of time where I guess a lot of logs were deleted. They said that it didn't fit their usual thing, their method, this 4 letters from the last name, then 1 letter from the first name. I guess we can try it, but if there is some different way that we're supposed to enter this name, or if it's a different name entirely, I wouldn't know. I've just been scrolling around without even paying attention. Lowercase y. Because what I was thinking was that maybe it could be like a 3-letter last name or something, and that wouldn't fit their normal thing. Yeah, this didn't work. Great. Samantha Hayes. And we already tried Jones for Simon Jones. So like Joan, the first 4 letters of the last name, and then S for first letter of his first name, and that wasn't a thing. But the problem with trying Samantha Jones, her new last name, I guess, after marriage, is that Samantha Jones is just the same thing as Simon Jones if you try to enter it as the usual admin thing. So I guess this wasn't as big of a thing as I was expecting. Just to be sure, I did enter it, correctly, yeah? Pretty sure I did. Hayes. Samantha Hayes. And it is last name, then first name, definitely. We've got, the usual 12 keys, or 12 slots for entry. There's also on her passport some symbols or something, which don't mean anything to me. And then an X over her passport in general. Not sure what they were Xing out. But yeah, this doesn't work. What exactly was this admin note again? No, go back. Should have been around the time where all of these logs were deleted. New admin key. The requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical links formatting, right? So something about the name doesn't fit the links formatting. I think that means it has to be a shorter name, right? I think that's like the only way this could work. Because if it were a longer name, they would just shorten it like every other name. There's probably no special way that the name doesn't fit. The last name has to be shorter than 4 characters, I guess. I was so sure that this would be like our way in, though. Like it would be one of these 3 additional delisted admin keys. I thought for sure she would be at least one of them. No ignoring the other 2, I guess. Guess that's it. Do I want to get the magnifying glass to bring up to the passport? I don't think that'll help us in any way. Or like the magnifying glass to bring up to this. Pretty sure, as usual, the magnifying glass is only useful when you actually can tell if there's like small text or something on it. On the passport there were those little symbols in the top right, but I'm pretty sure, I mean I didn't really see anything that they could be. Like even if we zoomed in. So I guess today we're starting with going into the foundation, through our special shortcut, that's only useful in this very specific scenario. When you actually have the key card, and have no other way of progressing to the house, unless you're going to the foundation itself. Oh, it should be open, yeah. I was previously wondering if maybe there could be something underneath the elevator. Not that kind of game. And of course it doesn't work if you just press it. You need the key card every day. I guess we're playing the waiting game. Oh, that's actually... That's way faster than it actually moves when you're riding the elevator. I guess so the player doesn't have to like wait around for the elevator, is the obvious answer, but I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. Yeah, we're kind of going up slower than it went down. For the safety of the rider, I guess. Or maybe because you're weighing it down, it moves slower. Does an old elevator work like that somehow, maybe? Oh shit. How many steps is that? We already went all this way. Do we need to go back for anything else? We do have to make our way back to the commissary eventually. The thing that I forgot to do is turn the security doors to high, now that we actually have the key card. Those would be free doors that we don't have to worry about for keys or whatever. But it would take like, I don't know, 7 steps to get to security and 6 steps to get back. If we say like 13 steps, we would be down to 25, and that's kind of hard to bargain with. And we have to make our way back to the commissary if we want to use our key card up there, which will be a lot of steps too. I guess we just bite the bullet here. Few ways we can go. Probably want to start with south, I guess. Wait, hang on. This isn't the worst thing in the world. It goes in the direction we want for like maximum roomage. We have a lot of gems, and even though the lab experiment is already in progress, we can use this to access security. Make more of those, oh. That's right. I have this wrench thing. I forgot about this. Yeah, we want this thing. We can set very rare rooms that are mechanical rooms or whatever this gear means to be commonplace, just so that we get them way more often. I don't know how often the laboratory already spawns, but I think we just want to make it commonplace. Like, make most of these gear rooms commonplace. Oh, I see. It was set to standard. This is a very handy item. I saw it very early on in my playthrough, at least many episodes ago, and I was thinking off screen to myself how useful it must be. For like endgame stuff, roguelite and all that. We'd of course like want the boiler room, the steam room, whatever, to be commonplace, and I think just in general any room that has this, security, all of them to be very common. Unless there's like something about statistics where that's a problem if you make too many rooms common and they're all in the same pool, so you can't guarantee the room that you want. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about logging into this thing and setting the rooms to high. Any day now. It's much shorter than it used to be, but we still gotta wait. Keycard system. Set to high. And the rest is fine. Okay. And here's our first use of the keycard, I guess. Well, other than the elevator. Alright. The kitchen is going to the north. We can get some steps back. It's not the most useful thing in the world, though. This is a 1 rarity 2 gem cost place. I think that means it's a passageway, right? Or is a passageway more rare than that? We could redraw. If I don't like this, I can just use the chronometer. Unless it like gives me the wrong last drafted thing again. Maybe it saves the first time you use a dice, like into the chronometer, it stores these things that you see here, and then at any point later, if you click rewind, then you pull out whatever was stored that first time. Is that how it works? That's actually... Well, if that is how it works, that's interesting, but we have all these dice, so I think we're okay to just like gamble a little bit. Okay. We do know the locker room, if we do get it, did have that one key inside, the vault key, and I'm forgetting which, again, which locker it was. I didn't actually check in between episodes, I should have. Which locker it was. But I do remember it was sort of like in the middle rows. Oh yeah, that. We don't want to spend keys on that, I don't think. I mean, we have lockpicks, and there could be keys inside, and a lot of the doors are going to be security doors. I guess we can open them. I just really wanted the sledgehammer this run. And it's not going to be inside one of these. Gems, sure. I might regret using all of these keys, though. I think we can go back to the commissary to buy keys if we have to. But that's a lot of steps, too. More keys. A net positive. I guess. Well, we might as well use this. The foundation door might be locked, so this is just like a free entry. And I think these doors have the bonus. I've never noticed it. I'll have to like check the next door I open. I'm pretty sure normal doors don't show you the rarity. So if you know the game well enough, you can combine like your knowledge of rarity and also like the gem cost to discern what an archived room might be, for example. It's only useful in like this very specific scenario, I guess, but I guess that does mean it does happen sometimes. So here, it's a 1 rarity, 1 gem cost. And it's a problem for us if it doesn't go to the north. I think we want to guarantee it to the north with some redraws here. It's not good. This is a 2 cost 1 gem. Could go to the north. How much is the locker room? I wish I could rewind after, like, drawing an archive floor plan if I didn't like it. The run's not over if this doesn't go to the north. We can still go to the commissary, but, do I really think this is going to be... Well, what we do know is that since it's 2 rarity, and 1 gem cost, there's a pretty good chance it's not just a dead end like these. I think if it's dead end and high rarity, then, yeah, no gem cost usually, right? Or something like that. I'm just gonna say this probably either goes north or it just loops back into the foundation and I'm screwed. Okay, that's not bad. It was the courtyard. Do we want to open that? Let's try to dig these up if we get actually... Right. This is why I'm regretting trading in the metal detector, because I think that made a lot of the things that we dug up more likely to be keys and coins. Oh, we should still get something from this, right? We got a turnip. Oh, I skipped the animation again. Not eating those pebbles. Or that key. Don't swallow the key. But do put it inside this. Okay, more gems. Not the worst thing in the world if we have to like pick a door where we absolutely need to go where we need to go. Like the office. The office goes where we need to go. We're not gambling on this, we're just taking the office. And actually, this gives me another chance to do something else. Before we spread though, if we even want to spread, I guess we do want to spread in case we... Well, there's not really any chance of us getting 50 coins to spend in the showroom, unless we go searching through the entire house. I think we'd have to go for the conference room and then spread if we think that we can get the remaining coins needed to buy out the showroom. We'll worry about that later. Order of operations. First thing that I want to do is... what? Right, I wanted to check the rarity on the conference room. There. It's an unusual one, and it doesn't cost anything. So this might just like spawn in randomly for a no cost under like the, one of the archive floor plans. But then at that point the archive floor plan could be anything. Just for reference. The second thing was this thing that avoided me the entire time. I did this in the office, but now that I'm like really late into the game and I'm still super stumped by a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna start looking up these things that stumped me for a long time, these safes that I already know about. So I know it should be a date to open this safe, but based on this hint here, I don't think I was able to find any like real, reasonable way to figure this out. We know that all of these names, Five of the Queen, March of the Count, etc., they correspond to those busts that are inside the foyer, and I have in my notes written those down. Major Nicholas Key IV, Baron Thomas Sinclair, and Baron Edwin Sinclair, passing of both the barons, I guess. Lord William Epson, which I guess would be Fall of the Lord. Count Isaac Gates, which would be March of the Count, the one that's black and not red. I guess that would be the important one. Even though all of these are like characters that appear inside the foyer or whatever. And then Flight of the Queen, which probably corresponds to J. Ariana, a very queenly looking woman. So I don't think I've tried this before, but I did try it on the office room, just because I thought it might work. We took a picture of the newspaper in the morning room. I can find that picture. Newspaper, there it is. So yeah, the newspaper was on November 5th, and they say in the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the Venerable Baron of Mount Hawley, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away. So Wednesday morning. Actually, I don't know if they're saying Wednesday morning, if that's like 1 day ago or 2 days ago. Looking at the calendar, November 5th is a Thursday. So yeah, they published the article the day after he died. So the day he died was November 4th. And one of the red text things on there was the passing of the barons. We know the passing of one baron, so we can try November 4th, 1104, I guess. But I'm not confident about this one because that's just one baron and it was red text, which wasn't the black one. Yeah, that's not it. Just to try again. 1104. Okay. Now that we've done that and proven that I still don't know how to solve this puzzle, we're going to start looking things up. As per my rule of, let's try to just go for some hints for these rooms that have stumped me for a long time, and maybe I'll find out that the solution that I've been looking for has been evading me, has been right under my nose the entire time, or something like that. Like it was for the office room, I guess. D8. December 8, or whatever. So now I'm going to look up Blueprint's office. And I think probably the IGN guide, if I can find that. Should probably have some more reasonable hints than the actual wiki. At least I seem to remember. I thought those hints were better for the office than for the wiki. Where is... How to unlock the office safe? There it is. So they have 3 hints hidden under spoiler tags. I'll click on hint 1 now. A major clue on how to unlock safes can be found in the study, but you'll need to solve another big puzzle to reveal this clue. Yeah, we already know, it's a date. Hint 2. There's a note alongside the safe knob inquiring about several books. Pay close attention to how the note is drafted, and how the books are labeled and structured. So it's like all of the books then, not just like one of them. Labeled and structured. When you say labeled, does that mean like the color? Are the red ones maybe the only important ones and not the black one, or what? I'm assuming it's going to be like a 4-digit code like every other one that it's been so far. But if it's all 5, like all 5 of these, well, taking one number from each of these, I don't know how you would do that. I'm not sure how you would use all 5 lines to get a 4-digit code, or if it would even be like a 5-digit code, how you would take these 5 lines and then convert each one into like a 1-digit thing. Or it could even be like, I don't know, a 20-digit combination, if we're throwing all the rules out the window, of which we don't know the rules at all. I guess I'm just going to hit hint 3 here. The office seems to have a very distinct collection of statue busts. Figuring out who they are might give you a lead, but it won't be found in this room. Yes, we know who they are. I have this list right here, from the foyer. But how does this help us get a number, a date? Okay, let's look at this list again. We've got Major Nicholas Key the Fourth. The thing that stands out most in that name is the 4, so I guess the major could be 4. The passing of the barons. If we just took like a single date from that, I guess it would be 5, maybe, for November 5th, or rather, was it 4th? Gotta look at that picture again. Yeah, Wednesday was the 4th. So maybe the passing of the barons is the 4th. Although we only know the passing of one baron. But then I don't know the fall of the Lord or the flight of the Queen. Those are like history lessons that I might have read about in the library that I don't remember. So I'm going to do something I might regret, but I'm actually going to click on past the hints here, and on the IGN page, click the actual answer. And if it's something that I couldn't have solved by now, then I guess I won't open the safe and will just only open the safe when I've found the hints that would have allowed me to open it if I actually knew how to solve this. So here I go. Solving the studies puzzle will give you the major clue, yeah, 8 dates, 8 safes. The other major clue comes from exploring the foyer, obviously. The ends of all the statue bus. One of them happens to be count gates. What? If we count all the small bus of gates, there are 3 of them. The note about the book also reads March of the Count. March is also a month. Okay, so it was right under my nose the entire time. It was just the black text here, the only one that mattered, sure. And what we were supposed to do was count Isaac Gates. Which I guess the hint there was just like literally counting the count Isaac Gates, of which there is one... No wait, which one was Isaac Gates? Is it this guy? I think so. 2, 3. So that's where you would get the 3, I guess. And then you would take March of the Count as March of the 3, March 3rd. I would never have solved that on my own. But I guess there is logic to it, and to the puzzle's credit, it does only use the one line that's black, so the rest of them were just herrings. And I guess that's why they don't care about hearings or herrings or whatever in this last note, because the rest of these red things are just red herrings, literally. So the only part of the puzzle that matters is March of the Count. And the other part of this that's to its credit is that if you know Count Isaac Gates, then that's all you need to solve the puzzle if you're standing in this room. You don't have to leave this room anymore, you can just count the bus. Count the Isaac Gates. Still a bunch of leaps in logic, I guess, but accepting that I would never have solved that on my own, I'm entering the code. And here we go. A gem and a red letter. Number 8. I would have expected number 8 to be the one that we wouldn't find, per Alzara's prediction. Maybe we never find... I don't know which numbers we've seen so far, but maybe we never find number 1? Who knows? March 3rd. And again, the date is something that we wouldn't have known is an important date until we actually open the safe. Who is speaking? Anonymous, okay. Then we'll just like, I don't know, ballpark some kind of mysterious anonymous voice or something, whatever that means. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again, once we had given you back your envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully, you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. So yeah, this is confirming that the letters that were stolen from room 46, the one that we read the ransom note in, those were stolen from the Baron before our time. I made the mistake of thinking that they were saying that they were stealing these letters from Simon, or something like that. That we were being stalked in the halls and someone stole all of our letters or something. But no. It's just connecting the dots to the same note that was in the mailroom about the guy that stole our letters, the guy who's supposed to be anonymous here, but I'm pretty sure it's just the old groundskeeper. I think, like, I forgot his name, but he He was one of the guys we could have logged in as. Anyway. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. I guess he took your advice to heart. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another rot envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further, if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. This guy keeps saying our, but I'm pretty sure it's just like the groundskeeper working on his own. Or maybe he's part of a larger collective? It just seemed like he wanted 100 coins, so... Well, let's just read the rest. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you that there was never any tangible danger. Okay, maybe that means there's no one stalking us through the halls. That's great. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated plot or ploy to elicit payment. However, payment has been received. There is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discuss the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. Signed by the groundskeeper, I guess. Did he say that he kept one of them? Is that the missing one? He added a red letter, so I guess the total was 7 before, and this is like the ace one he added. I think so. But I don't think he was saying he held on to one. So the one that's missing isn't his fault? The one that Alazara says we won't ever read? Okay. Mostly stuff we already knew, but kind of fleshing it out. And now we continue the day. It's not over yet. So yeah, the other thing that I wanted to do was, if we can, get the conference room to spread our coins there, and just in general, I guess continue the day with the usual strategy. We want to get things to smash open those treasure chests, which I think at least one more spawned in the entrance hall. But that's not like the top priority, I guess. I think we just click on the door and see what we feel is right. Lockpick. Not useful. Guess we gotta use the key. we do want to save keys, and we can't really use this. I mean, we could get this for going north past the commissary and going around, but I think a better use now would be just to redraw. We can always get more dice if we have to. Let's just go for the passageway and not gamble on this. We've got all these gems. And here it would have been nice if we could have used the secret garden key. Oh right, that. We don't care about that. But we traded that for the vault key. Which was a good trade, but just a thought, I guess. Okay, not locked. Okay, Now here's the thing. We do want this, but it would only be useful for the one treasure chest in the entrance hall, except we would spawn a second one, because this is itself an archive floor plan, thankfully, even though we know exactly what it is. So I think we do want the power hammer, but we have to consider that we don't want to use it, or we don't want to lose it, unless we want to trade in something else into the coat check when we're done with today. But I don't think I'm going to be able to decide before actually spawning the room, so I think we just take the dead end here and yeah, it's probably fine. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it right now. So what would we actually want to trade in? Maybe the gear wrench. I mean, these things from the showroom are useful enough, but they're not exactly roguelite game breaking or all that. The gear wrench is really high tier, I think, because it lets you change the rarity forever. So we'll probably check that in after we're done with today. Oh no, retrieve. And we'll go back and smash all of those open chests when we're done with this, I guess. Okay. I think we can go for the archive now, even if we're gambling a bit. It is a 1 gem cost, so it might not be a dead end. But sometimes there is like a good dead end room that's high rarity and 1 gem cost. Sort of like the laundry room was. I think that's a high rarity one. So this one could be a dead end, but I don't want to spend my last dice here. I think I want to spend the dice on the room north of the commissary if we needed to go to the right or something. I'm also curious what trading the crown for in the trading post would be. That's kind of like thematically inappropriate, considering how important that is to lore. But if we ever get the chance, I do want to see what we can maybe do with that. It might be funny, even. Who knows? But yeah, just for now, we're going for the random chance. Okay? This is good. This is really good. But what's bad is that I don't remember which locker it was, and I have limited keys. So just because I've done this before and I don't want to pause the episode to look up my footage on my PC, I'm just going to look up the locker room, since we already unlocked all of the doors in the locker room before in one day. Pretty sure I called that episode Master of Unlocking or something. So I'm looking up locker room blueprints, and if I'm right, the lockers should always have like the same things inside, I think. Looking at the wiki page, lockers content. The room contains 17 locked storages. Yeah, so... oh wait, hang on. Nope, it turns out only some of them are predetermined. They may contain keys, gems, and coins, so the fact that we found a locker key inside one of them, a vault key inside one of them, was only random chance, I guess. Great. If today turns out to be a bust in some way, what we could do is launder all of our coins into keys. If we have enough steps, that is. Maybe if we're on our way back to the code check after like doing everything here. And we find out we can't buy out the showroom. I'd rather buy out the showroom than open up a few lockers in this room, or all of the lockers. Waste a chance of getting the vault key. Or do I want to do that? Because how often are we going to get the vault and the locker room with a chance to get like a bunch of keys? I don't know. It's also spread a bunch of keys throughout the house, which we don't know where they are. We don't have the steps to experiment. Just unlock this. 4 rarity, huh? What would a 4 rarity nothing room have? Wait, is this common or uncommon? No, 1 pip is common, so this is like a really rare room that doesn't cost anything. Could that be a red room? It might be. This one definitely goes to the other side so we can get a few more rooms. But with this high rarity, I think we're just going to gamble here. What else could we do with today with more rooms anyway? The only thing we wanted from more rooms was just the chance to get more keys, more vault keys. And this locker room is maybe our best chance at getting vault keys. Okay, we're gonna gamble on this one. I'm pretty sure it's not the conference room. I think that one was too rarity, so we can't get the coins from the office, unfortunately. Gamble. Shit. Shit. Crap even. We can't launder our coins now, damn it. It's frozen. Ugh. Is there anything we can do about this? Do we even want to step inside? It was only thawing out because we had I think the den next to it last time. There are no items in there that are useful to us. I shouldn't have trusted that 4 rarity no cost. I was okay with the dead end, I wasn't okay with it freezing our accounts. So how does this room work again? They won't reset at the end of the day, and they cannot be adjusted or used until tomorrow. Yeah, pretty terrible. We could use our remaining keys to open these up. I mean, there's no way we can use our keys on anything else, like, at all. Literally nothing else. Because the commissary is already a security door, even if we went all the way around there. So yeah, I guess we're just gambling on 2 more lockers here, on it maybe being a vault key like it was the other day. I guess I could try whatever vault or whatever locker I think had a vault key inside of it, and just hope that by random chance maybe it's going to be the same thing we got last time. Even though we know that's not how it works. I think it was like this one. Great. We can't even... What happens if I pick this up? Or do I even want to try picking it up? I think the freezer... I was reading on the wiki page before something about unfreezing your accounts, I think. While I was looking up stuff in that last episode, not the episode before this, but the episode where we got the freezer before. Blueprints... freezer... Just because I don't want to waste today, I guess I'm looking things up again. Unfrozen and usable the next day. Unfreezing accounts, yeah. I remember when I was looking on this wiki page before to look up this server room or whatever, I scrolled past a spoiler tag thing that was labeled unfreezing accounts. So now I'm actually reading this. Entering the sauna or the furnace will unfreeze your assets, rendering them usable once more. Okay. We don't have either of those. We had the option to make the sauna here. However, if you go back inside the freezer, your assets will freeze again. That's actually a pretty interesting game mechanic. You could like get the freezer early in the day, unfreeze your accounts, and then continue building your coins and your gems until you actually want to freeze them. In our case, we just want to unfreeze them to make use of like the laundry room. So the only way we can do that is with the sauna or the furnace. We can't just like stand next to the fireplace in the den, I guess. Our only chance of getting out of this is by building a room to the north of here. It'll be a long walk, and we probably won't have enough steps to even get all the way back, but we can try. Before we do anything, though, gotta look at my picture of the other wiki page for all of those things we can use our little hammer on. So we can still use it on the greenhouse, which I haven't built in this playthrough, in this day. The weight room, yeah. The secret garden, unfortunately didn't make it this one. Precipice sealed entrance. Wait, freezer? Did we? No, what is this? Is there? Is there a brick wall inside here? What is this? Why can we use the hammer here? Oh, because it can just smash the ice. I mean, it's still useless to us, but it's interesting that's an alternate way in, I guess. Can we open these? No. Come on, if you can smash the other thing, you can smash this open. How about these? Can we smash these? No. Kinda useless to us then. We already got the upgrade disc. We don't need this room. Well, I guess we smashed it. It doesn't stay smashed forever though, does it? So yeah, we can only use it on the weight room and the tunnel area. Apparently. One more key, I guess. I don't know. This one. It doesn't matter, right? The running shoes. I guess that'll help us save some steps. Yeah, we're just heading back to the foundation, underground, and I guess we can pass by the tunnel area. I don't remember there being like a brick wall there, though. Any day now. So I guess over here there was some kind of... Well, at least it's lit up now, so I Can see the walls more clearly. But I don't see brick wall. Is this the right tunnel? I'm pretty sure the screenshot I have of the wiki page says, once past the crates, a breakable wall is one of the obstacles. And then my screenshot is cut off because I only had a few lines. Once past the crates. You can go past these crates? How do you do that? Hang on, do I have to look this up too? Blueprints... crates? Crate tunnel, what? Okay, this seems like a bigger thing. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil myself anymore, but apparently I have to move these crates somehow. What I was reading over just now, I caught a glimpse of something about the satellite dish or something. I don't know anything about a satellite dish. But apparently we can move those crates with something, I guess. Well, I guess I'll have to keep on using the hammer or keep on storing the hammer until I can somehow move those crates. But I think I'd rather store the gear wrench for now. We can always make the hammer later, I guess. Right? Probably. First things first. We can at least open these, even if they're not useful to us. And I was wondering how much of these chests can possibly spawn in this room. I guess they just keep on getting added around the perimeter. Is there like a maximum amount? We're kind of running out of space here. Alright, we can take the key, I guess. Although we should probably just leave it there. Until we make our return trip. We can't take the gems. Yeah, just leave everything. I was just hoping for like a vault key or something. That would be the only thing that we could use right now. So yeah, just back to the commissary while breaking down this door on the way. This one? This one. Oh, and I didn't know there would be a red note here. And this part of the map, which we never found, I guess. Funny that it was here the entire time. I never realized we never completed this map. Wait, hang on. We've got the complete note now, I guess. I do have a picture of the other part of this map. Just gotta find it. In case this note is of any use to us. Would have been an older photo. The 8th angel points to our dreams. Okay. Well, we learned something, I guess. I guess I will take a picture of this, just so we have the complete note on record. There. Photo collected. The 8th angel, huh? Would that be like Death? The one inside the catacombs? What does that do for us, though? Their dreams. I guess next time we're in the catacombs we can check. The destruction of structural elements of the house, like walls, is not permanent and will reset every few days. Yeah, we know this is a lie, but we also know, because we looked it up, that's how the rules work. This would have been useful at any other point where we, I don't know, could have learned about it more easily. This is like one of the hardest rooms to use the sledgehammer in, I think. The power sledgehammer. It's hard to even get the power sledgehammer in the first place. I think I only crafted it after I beat the game one time. And this is of no use to us, unless we like, went underground and... Okay, well, hang on. Shit. I'm actually considering it. How many steps would it be to get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then like just ballpark 10 back. At least 20 steps to get all the way here. Plus a few more steps to get all the way over wherever we want. We'd have like 14 steps after we get it. But that's already minus the steps it would take to get all the way underground and pull the lever. I kind of wish I did that earlier. We now have the option to do that thing I already said, of getting the crown and like trading it away if we go north to the antechamber. I didn't really consider that as an option. And we have the running shoes, which will save some steps. Let's ballpark it. I think at least 7 steps to get to the lever underground from the precipice and all of that. It'll be like a lot of steps there and back. Screw it. What are the chances that the room past the security door, north of the commissary, what are the chances that's even going to be a furnace or the other thing that undoes our account that lets us play around more with the locker room? Well, I guess even if we can't, there are a bunch of keys that we can use in the locker room, but still. We'll be fine. I hope. I'm sure the running shoes trigger often enough. We're running. I think this is approximately the amount of steps that I thought it would take. But we are saving at least a few with the running shoes. I probably wouldn't have gone for this if I didn't get the running shoes, so I guess I'm glad that I unlocked that one locker and got these shoes. Would have preferred a vault key, obviously. Yeah, we know. Still losing some steps though. Gotta play this careful so that we don't lose our fancy items and don't check anything into the code check. Luckily this back passage is all one big room. I guess not, actually. Well, this is a different place, it's the reservoir. And this counts as a room, but luckily we're still on 30. I'll probably go on a little bit longer this episode just to close out the day. Again, because you can't save and quit in this game. Wait, hang on. Where were we going? Did I just waste a step? Does it take a step to actually use a elevator here? Because I don't need to be here. Oh, I could have spread coins throughout the estate. I probably should have, but whatever. Yeah, we're not going this way. We're going out the other way. Any day now. Okay, well, the running shoes triggered there, but I feel like I still wasted those procs or whatever by walking in and out of that room. So yeah, now we gotta walk all the way to the antechamber, or towards it, and just maybe hope that we can somehow go through, or get the furnace, or... Ah, shit. Well, now I'm considering again. I should have gotten more dice. I can still get more dice, I guess. Yeah, might as well. More wasted steps. But I'm really pushing it, aren't I? Crap. You know what? This is enough dice, right? I already spent like 2 more steps just now, but Seeing how many steps I have, I'm not sure I can make it all the way back to the code check. If I go out and get some dice, it's going to take like 1, 2, 3, 5 steps, and then we have 20 remaining. We'd barely have enough. Okay. Gamble. Fine. Get more dice. At least the running shoes are triggering. We'll definitely not trade that away. This is such a stupid thing to do. But I mean, we have these resources, so we might as well try to use them. So what can we trade in? 4 dice. The coin purse, maybe. Not that. The chronograph is almost useless to us now. It would let us go back when we roll the dice on the security door. The compass would let us go north towards the back room. Shovel is now useless to us, I think. Trade. And we probably don't need any more dice than that, not really, but we can still try to go for more. Oh hey. We don't need this key anymore, so we can trade for that. Can we get a better thing? The silver key. It's too bad, that's a security door now, so we can't make it a silver key door, which definitely probably goes to the north. What does this trade for anyway? A prism key. Also useless, and we don't want to trade this. Oh, well, we can get the vault key again, the same one that we traded in. Wait, is this the same one? 149? I'm pretty sure that's the same one. It was 100 something. Well, I guess we don't need this, the lockpick, anymore. What does this do again? More items. Useless. But I guess we could hang on to it. So what else gives us any more dice? We kind of want these, so I guess the coin purse. I was only hanging on to this in case we could actually buy out the showroom by somehow spreading money throughout the estate and somehow getting enough money to actually get 80 coins, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. For 2 more rolls of the dice, we'll do it. I might regret that. Probably not though, right? And yeah, I guess we can trade for the coin purse now. If anything else, trades for the coin purse. Doesn't seem like it. I guess we're good then. Okay, 5 dice. Can I pull some kind of rabbit out of my hat? I already have the tail, so maybe we will. The good things that we want are... Oh, we have this now, I guess. Oh, right, because of all this stuff. Which we can't pick up. If we pass by a computer room, which we can't, then I would consider spreading gold throughout the estate. On the way back, that is. So yeah, here's the moment of truth. This does go to the north. And the gem cost is... No, wait, we can't spend our gems, can we? Should I even try? Yeah, I thought so. Well, this is kind of what we needed, actually. This unfreezes our account. But then what? Because I spent all of my steps doing this stupid thing for the crown. If we did this, we would unfreeze our accounts and we would have to walk all the way back while picking things up, and also laundering our coins into keys over there, to the locker room, then all the way back to the vault if we do get a vault key, which sounds almost impossible. But I mean, what else are we gonna do? Go through the antechamber with some of these dice? And then get the crown and then trade that for something that isn't worth anything to us? The only reason I want to do that would be to see, I don't know, what we could trade it for the memes or whatever. But who cares? I think we just do this and try for the vault again one more time. I really shouldn't have wasted all those steps. What a stupid move. There. Accounts have thawed. We can now pick up things wherever they are. Oh. Okay. Well, this was unexpected. A safe deposit box key. Sometimes you just get lucky. Do we need anything here? We can't buy food. Any food would really help us out a lot. Anywhere, please. Not like it's going to randomly spawn in for me. Do I think I can make it to the locker room and back to the vault? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then all the way around through the grounds underground. Let's say 8, 9, 10 as a minimum. 11, 12, 13. Yeah, there's no way we're going back to the locker room. I don't think. I did this so that I could get the coins back and trade them back into keys. I really shouldn't have gone half and half and tried to go for, like, the steps, or rather the crown here. All of that extra stuff. It was pointless. For now, let's just cut our losses and go to the vault, I guess. And we'll try to check things into the coat room, if we have enough steps thanks to the running shoes. It doesn't look like we're going to be that lucky, though. I was kind of all over the place today. I didn't really make use of the things that I should have made use out of. Never take any half measures. There's no way we're making it back. We can at least do this, though. Most important thing. Although, this doesn't matter, because if we find the thing that I'm looking for, then it's just still locked here, isn't it? Whatever. We're here now. 233. Right there. Great. A bunch of coins. We got 57 now. God damn it. If I had the coin purse still, I would have had enough coins to actually buy out the showroom, and we might have made it with the running shoes. That's what I get for taking half measures. At least we got some allowance. What? Another passport? Daniels Gray? Hang on. What is your name, lady? Samantha Hayes? Gray Daniels? It seems like since this one's compromised, it's probably... I mean, obviously they're aliases. She was using them to sneak around, all sneaky-like. But I don't think this one is going to be good for getting into the admin room anyway. Not the admin room, the admin password or whatever. Well, I guess we learned something, but it doesn't really help us. Okay. And there's more to unlock, I guess. How'd we spend the rest of today? We run our asses off trying to make it to the code check. Hopefully the running shoes carry us there. There's no chance though, right? I really wanted to save this wrench. I should have. I should have not wasted all those steps. Guess I'm calling this episode No Half Measures. And it'll be one more step to actually go inside the foundation. The elevator doesn't count as a step. Did it trigger? I think it triggered, technically. Or did it not count as going a step through that door? Pretty sure it does, normally. Four more steps to the code check. We need this to trigger 2 times. Okay, that's 1. Damn. No, we actually need it to trigger 2 more times now. Because the day's over if we walk into the code room and then we have 0 steps. I'm just kind of prolonging it at this point, but I don't know. Let's just walk in. Damn it. Well, there it goes. I really shouldn't have turned around to get that extra dice. What a waste of steps. I wasted steps on a lot of things, like going to the underground passage and all of that. Lesson learned, I guess. Hopefully, lesson learned. I don't want to make that same mistake again. The Temporal Shopping Center of the Dead. What a great name. And we lost all of our items. We made progress in the vault technically. We opened up like 2 vault keys, 100 and 200 something. But somewhere in a different vault I guess would be the thing we actually need. The key that unlocks the room underground. I could have also bought out the showroom if I played better. Oh well. I guess sometimes I just get a lot of things done in one day and I feel like I gotta go for everything. Funny that it's taken me this long to actually learn not to do that. Or at least this feels like the first and harshest lesson that I've had in that regard. I'll try to sit on that lesson and try to internalize it for all of my future runs. And while I do that, now would be a good time to take a break.